Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of trend lines. This is standard 8.5D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 28 off the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. Alright, so we have a scatter plot here. Shows a relationship between number of pages, that's on the x-axis, the word count, that is on the y-axis. So it makes sense. The more pages a pamphlet has, the more words it does tend to have. But it's not a function, right, because you've got two different dots on the 5 line right there. So it's just a scatter plot, and we're looking for a prediction for a 10-page pamphlet all the way at the end. Alright, so let's open up our graph draw feature. And increase that transparency there. I'm going to change it to the small grid size. I'm going to try to make a straight line. We'll see how that works. Alright, so we've got 4 different data points. I'm going to go ahead and write that over here. So A is going to be 1500. I want to do that so I don't have to keep scrolling up and down once I draw my line. B is 2000. C is 2400. And then D is 2700. All right, so what I like to do here when I'm working with trend lines is I like to do 2 things. First, I like to just draw the trend line and then estimate. And then I like to plot all 4 points to see where they land, to see which one is closest. All right, so what I'm going to do here is when I'm drawing the trend line first, I'm going to try to find a line that kind of goes in between these points, right? So I want it to kind of go in between there. I want it to kind of go in between these 2 right here. This probably needs to go in between those 2, but kind of underneath that one right there, and then maybe a little bit underneath that one, right? So I'm going to just try to split the difference. That's going to be my trend line. Let's see if we could do a connect line. And I needed to get it all the way over to this 10, so I'm just going to make it go off. So I'm going to just kind of grab this right there, and let's see if I can stretch. And that's not exactly starting where I want it to, so let me see if I can move it. That's probably going to be close. And we'll see if we can get it to be right, we'll call it right about there. It's going to look kind of close. It's not really starting at the origin, but that's fine. And we're off the graph, so that's interesting. All right, so we could go ahead and label this top one as, looks like they're kind of by 200s, right? So that's 2200, but if we wanted to draw another line, maybe right around here, that's going to be a little bit too high. Probably right around here. Let's see if we can get, that's going to be maybe 2400. If we want to estimate, I'm just trying to estimate the distance between the 2. That's 2400. So I'm guessing, looks like it's coming in right a little bit above that 2400, right? This is still my guesstimate, but maybe 2450. Looks like it's a little bit above that 2400, but that 2400 is looking, pretty good. So here's the next part. I want to use this this add point feature. Let me add some blue dots to hit where the other ones are. So 1500 is right about there. All right, definitely not A. 2000 is right. It's not there. It is. It's right about there. That second one. 2400 is right where I put it, and then 27. Wow, probably way up there. All right. So the line shows me about 2450, and just by looking at these other dots, right? This is my A. Right here, my B, my C, and my D. Obviously, that C does make the most sense. So our best estimate is going to be C, 2400.